All right, everybody, on to the next chapter in Zero Day, chapter 45. Darrow found himself momentarily speechless as a group of students passed him on their way off the dock. What in the heck was she doing here? Harper waved a hand in front of his face. Darrow, she said, you look like you just saw a ghost. Darrow snapped back to reality. Not a ghost. Eleanor, he said, a knot forming in his stomach. I just saw Eleanor. I had no idea she was coming back so soon. Is that what you wanted to talk to me about? I didn't think she was coming home until summer break either, Harper said. That's crazy, but no, it's not what I want to talk to you about. So, can we go somewhere else? She said, stuffing her hands in her pockets and glancing around anxiously. Sure, Darrow said, even though he wanted nothing more than to go home, shower, and forget this day ever happened. I'm parked behind the boathouse. Let me grab my things and I'll meet you at my car. Darrow picked up his stuff, avoiding the post-race recap with his teammates. He found Harper in the parking lot, leaning on his scratched driver's side door. What happened here? She said. You ticked somebody off? Long story, Darrow said. He pushed his key fob and the car doors unlocked with a beep. Darrow climbed in the driver's seat and Harper slid into the passenger side. So what is it? Darrow said. He rolled down the window to let in some fresh air and shifted on the hot leather seat, facing Harper. It's McQueen, she said in a rush. McQueen? Darrow repeated, confused. What about him? Harper took a breath. So you know how it looked like he had a heart attack? Well, his toxicology report came back. Whoa, wait a minute, Darrow interrupted. His toxicology report? How'd you get your hands on that? A source, Harper said shortly. Sorry, can't say. Fair enough, Darrow said. The halls of Cabot were filled with the children of high-level players from all over the world. It wasn't hard to imagine Harper would find several solid sources among them, and Darrow knew she would never give them up. Here's the thing, Harper said. According to the toxicology report, McQueen had 10 times the normal dosage of Ramipril. That's an ACE inhibitor, lowers the blood pressure, and it's in his system. It was more than enough to kill him. Darrow sat there for a moment, letting Harper's words sink in. What? How does something like that happen? He said shakily. Well, autopsy is calling it a suicide. Suicide? Darrow said. That doesn't make any sense. McQueen was the last person on Earth Darrow would peg as suicidal. Exactly, Harper said, and that's what my source said too. And with this kind of overdose, it couldn't have been accidental. Well, if it wasn't suicide or an accident. So what you're saying, Darrow began in a low whisper and then stopped and shivered. Why would somebody tell you all this? Because not everyone in the family is buying the official version, Harper said. They don't have anything to go on, and they're afraid to go public with it. But they're not getting anywhere with the administration either. They say President Webster's advisors just want to sweep the whole thing under the rug because either way they spin it, an overdose makes the administration look bad. If McQueen killed himself because he was stressed about the attacks, they're afraid it hands Cerberus a win. And if he was murdered, well, holy crap, Darrow said, understanding now why he hadn't heard his mother mention anything about this at home. She confided in Darrow a lot, but not about everything, especially when it involved things that might paint the administration in a bad light. A group of students crunched across the gravel in front of Darrow's car, startling him. He was reminded of how vulnerable and exposed they were sitting out there. DC had been under attack. Darrow himself had been threatened in a dark parking garage on a Saturday night, and now someone might have tampered with McQueen's medication. But who? And why? What had McQueen wanted to talk to him about that day? What about the situation had changed? His thoughts raced back to the morning when he had found the general. He pictured McQueen sprawled on the floor, fingers clutching Darrow's shirt. He had been choking out words, trying to tell him something, but what? Darrow replayed the scene over and over in his head. He was saying, she's Sir. She's Sir. She's... But what did that mean? Cheshire? She's sure? She's Sir. All the blood drained at that moment from Darrow's face, and he gripped the steering wheel, knuckles white. She's Cerberus. Addie, McQueen had said. She's Cerberus. End of that chapter.